Pessoal, eu estou aqui com o Terence. O Terence é o fundador da Humanity. Eu investi nele cerca de 75, 100 mil reais há um ano atrás, e hoje eles já estão avaliados a mais de US$ 1 bilhão. Quando eu investi era cerca de 60 milhões de dólares, e já faz, sei lá, mais uns 20 vezes aí ao longo desse período. Enfim, estou aqui para entrevistá-lo, para ele contar sobre mais esse projeto, e vai ser em inglês, tá? Então vocês vão ter legendas ao longo dessa entrevista. Então fica aí, é o primeiro quadro que eu faço desse, espero que vocês gostem. So Terence, I just speak with my audience that I have invested in you a while ago. I think it was seed or pre-seed round. By the time it was last year, I think. And so now you are a billion-dollar company. Just tell me who you are, what you do, and what you are building.
Yeah, so I'm Terrence. I'm the founder of Humanity Protocol. What we're building is ZK EVM layer 2 with the goal of powering the entire identity layer for the blockchain and the future of the internet. We're very much focused on two things. To start, we're focusing on proof of humanity. And then the whole idea for us is to move into human identity. We think actually in the current age of artificial intelligence, people can create a lot of content, people can create a lot of bots, and it's important that we can actually differentiate in the digital world what is controlled by a human being and what is controlled by a computer. It's important for companies because airdrops, because of fraud, because of scams. We want to know that it's a person behind it. And more importantly, down the road, we essentially want to help people build identity so that they own their own data through blockchain.
Huge, sir. Before we start talking about how you can prove that we are humans, just tell us just a little bit about yourself. How old you are, how you started into this business or into crypto, or if you are from the business side and you just decided to create a token with the tech idea.
Yeah, I'm 32. I was born in the US. I grew up in Hong Kong, and I actually started my first company when I was 19. And then actually my first company also became a billion-dollar company when I was 25. And it was in the travel and hospitality space. And then because of COVID, I essentially moved into working on blockchain. It's something that I've always been interested in. I've actually started investing back in 2017, 2018. And then essentially last year decided, hey, this is what I want to focus my time on.
So you can tell the name of the company you have founded, and you sold your participation, or you are still partner of the company?
So unfortunately, the company didn't go very well. My previous company, I'll just be honest, because it was in the travel space. So COVID really affected it, and then so I actually had to move on to do something else.
And while you joined the blockchain space, you are also an investor. You invest heavily, lightly.
I do invest a little bit, but my time is 100% focused on Humanity Protocol, right? And I'm a terrible trader. Like I don't trade because I'm more focused on building products. So that's where my passion is.
So what do you think about the crypto space for the next 5 years?
I think for the next 5 years, there's a lot of potential, right? More and more people are getting into the space. I think from a technology perspective, it's continuing to grow. And I think there's more and more high quality companies that are building in the blockchain ecosystem. Right. In terms of, I think, tokens and prices, it still will continue to be very volatile. So I think it will still go up, it'll still go down, and then it'll go up again. But I think it's moving in the right direction.
Yeah. So about the Humanity Protocol, you say that we have to prove that we are human, since we are having a lot of bots, a lot of fake engagements, and also we are always into the Web3 space. So how will you do this?
Yeah, I think, in the digital world, the challenge with proving that you're a human being now with AI is very difficult because, I think you've seen all these deep fake videos where people can generate your image or generate your voice. What we actually think ultimately will be required is some form of biometrics. So what we are using is your palm for biometrics, your palm print and your palm veins.
Like this? Like
Yes,
this?
exactly. So because everybody's palm is unique, if we look at the palm, it's a technology that already exists. Other people are already leveraging it in the traditional world. Amazon in the US is using it for payments in Whole Foods. Tencent is using it for payments in China. So what we're leveraging is your palm recognition for the sake of proving that you're a unique human being.
So how is this different from the other attempts that we have seen the companies made and create in this space?
So I think the only other attempt with using biometrics is WorldCoin. WorldCoin has been quite successful in launching itself. But the way we think about Humanity Protocol is that humanity is more scalable because WorldCoin requires you to go line up in front of an orb and go scan your iris, go scan your eyes, which I think quite a fair number of people are resistant to or think it's quite privacy invasive. Whereas we can actually start with a software-based solution and people can actually already be able to prove that they're a human being.
Yeah, so you just mentioned the iris scan. What is, from your perspective, of course, the main difference between you and the WorldCoin, between Humanity Protocol and the WorldCoin that is already growing a lot?
I think that there are two things, right? Apart from the fact that, people don't necessarily like to scan their eyeballs, the other problem is actually re-verification. So a lot of people are going to WorldCoin, they scan it, they get a World ID, and then they may lose it or they give it to somebody else or they sell it, right? And then essentially they don't have their ID anymore. Whereas what we can do with the Palm, because it's a software-based solution, we can actually do it multiple times. So it's easy for you to do re-verification so that people cannot actually go and sell their Humanity ID, right? So that's one thing. And then the other thing is we're also very focused on working with different partners, projects, and applications so that we can support them, right? Whether it's projects in the crypto space for airdrops or down the road, you look at CAPTCHAs. A lot of times when you go to websites, you have to prove that you're a human being by solving a lot of puzzles. So our focus is not so much just on UBI and rewards, which we will also do, but is also on servicing other companies with a genuine use case.
So who is your main client? I mean, I am your client because you need my data, but why should I give to you my data, and how you will use my data in your business, and why this is a good thing for me?
So we actually don't have your data. When you sign up on Humanity Protocol, your data is actually encrypted, stored on blockchain, and then you actually own it. So the keys actually are sitting with you. Okay. So Facebook owns your data. But in our case, you own your own data. And then if an application or company wants to use this data, they actually have to check with you. So we don't have any ability to misuse your data.
Yeah, okay. Pretends that I don't know about crypto. I'm a normal person. I don't know about Bitcoin, whatever. And you say that you will scan my palm. Why should I let you, and why I should use this?
We're going to work with a lot of different partners and companies where you proving yourself to be a human being will be one big component of deriving benefits, right? So for example, games in the blockchain space, airdrops, we're already talking to a lot of projects where they will want to make sure you are a human being before they give you the rewards. So potentially it becomes almost a requirement. But ultimately, what we also think is it's a much less privacy invasive way to prove that you're a human being than an iris with WorldCoin, or even going through a full KYC process where they need your passport, your ID, all of these information, right? So this, we think, is actually a very low barrier way for proving humanity.
So about all this data and about all that you are building, how you will handle the validators, the verifiers, how you will incentivize those guys to keep building, to keep validating your data?
So we actually have a couple roles, right? We're going to be launching a network of ZK proofers where they will be helping validate the proof of humanity consensus. So essentially applications will be pinging this network, and this network will help run the ZK proofs to provide the information for these applications is that they will have to help run a piece of software, essentially becoming nodes. And we're allocating a percentage of the token supply that will be given to them. And then on top of that, whenever there are fees that are generated by the network, because people are using the network to check for information, they will also get a small percentage.
Yeah, so you just said that you are doing something huge. You can tell me a good sample about what you're building, about a partner, about a use case.
Yeah. So for example, we actually just announced a partnership with Layer Zero a couple weeks ago. So we're actually working to support bridging for proof of humanity across over 60 blockchains. So we will essentially power proof of humanity for all the other blockchains. That's number one. And then number two is that obviously we are backed by Animoca. Animoca has a portfolio of a lot of games, a lot of projects. In fact, just yesterday, I was doing a speech with Yat, the founder of Animoca, where we are going to power a lot of the things that are coming out of their ecosystem. And then beyond that, I have a couple sort of companies in the traditional space, very big financial institutions that we are working with, that we will be launching initiatives for proof of humanity.
So I was by Riyadh by last March or April. I was by the Animoca event, and then I'm a partner from them here too in Brazil. So when you say that you were invested by them and you kind of empower the games and the users with their data, so I think this is really huge from your side because they will open doors of a lot of games for you. Is that happening? Do you have a game or some sample of games that you are doing business? You are creating something together.
I cannot really disclose all the names yet. But I could share if you actually go to the website that you're on. If you just click about, go down, you will see that actually Yat is very involved in the team.
It's huge because they invest in a lot of games and also they open it to infrastructure deals and all this stuff. So for your business, they're a huge partner.
100%. And also Sandeep from Polygon also.
Yes, huge. After this information, I was not aware. I noticed you were big, but I did not match the humanity side with the gaming side and Animoca as a partner. So this is a huge partnership.
100%.
Yes. So you cannot disclose the names.
Think of us as being part of one of the major infrastructures for Animoca and for Polygon also. And to be frank, I think there's going to be a recording of the fireside speech that I gave with Yat from yesterday very soon. So I think you'll understand what I mean when it comes to how central what Humanity Protocol is doing is to the blockchain ecosystem as well as to the Animoca ecosystem.
And what you are building, when we can say that you do your TGE, and how is your roadmap of the product?
Our private testnet is actually already live for a lot of people to use. Mainly friends of ours, investors, different sort of people have already played around with it. Our public testnet is coming out within Q3, and we're targeting mainnet and TGE in Q4.
So regarding your product, how will you collect my data, the people data, and how you merge all this stuff? You do like the WorldCoin because they put some places.
It will largely be software. So you would have, there's an app and you can do all of this.
This is huge. So you have a MVP this year yet or only next year?
The entire testnet is actually already live for the last 2 months for private testing. So for example, Sandeep already has his palm scanned, Yat has his palm scanned, a lot of the investors already have their palm scanned, and they've already been playing around with the testnet.
Huge. And how many people and how many partners have joined your waiting list?
We have over 700,000 people.
Yeah, okay. And do you have any tip for the people, like a big day for us to be anxious?
We are deciding on the launch date for the public testnet but we have not fully confirmed the date yet. But it will be in Q3, and we will be announcing it very shortly.
Okay, so Terence, I think what you're doing is huge. I really see the world going down this way of the privacy of the data. Data is the new oil, so everyone is using all the stuff in blockchain, internet. So I really see that you're doing something huge. That's why you are a $1 billion company. And I think you have a lot of years of creating something new into the market. So for the people, is there a way that they could be joining this growth, this wealthy, to being part of what you are building, invest, or only watching, using?
There are two things, right? Number one is that when we do launch the testnet, there will be rewards tied to the testnet. So we will have actually different ways for people to earn testnet tokens, and then the testnet tokens will actually convert into the mainnet tokens. That's number one. And then number two is that we will be looking at launching a sale for the ZK proofers down the road. Definitely, we'll be announcing those as soon as possible.
Okay, if you want to send a final message for Brazil, what would you say? You have ever been to Brazil or no?
I have. I've actually last year. Was it last year? Yes, last year I was actually in Brazil with Yat. My first time in Brazil, I actually was in Rio with Yat. And we went to Brazil, and we went to Rio, and then we went to Buenos Aires, Argentina together.
And you like it?
I love it. One of my favorite cities.
So final message for the Brazilian people.
I think we'll keep you posted. Please do join the waitlist at our website is humanity.org. Our Twitter is humanityprod, HUMANITYPROT.
I will put all the links below the videos.
Please do join the waitlist, join our Discord. We'll keep you posted with the ZK proofers, the testnet launch, and we definitely want as big a community from Brazil as possible.
Okay, thank you, Terence, for your time and for the interview. It was really a pleasure talking with you and being part of this huge stuff you are building. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tasso.